Uncle Waller or my father? Oh.
Your Waller and your father.
Oh.
Waller was one extreme, and your father was the other.
Oh,
end, right?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
that funny? I wonder how they get to be like that, because I understand that my father used to help Grandma a lot with the younger kids and taking care of them and changing the diapers and doing all this stuff. So I'm thinking where Uncle Waller was just 2 years behind him. Everybody was 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, I guess. I don't know if Uncle Waller was doing that too. No, watching the younger ones and helping Grandma.
I don't know, but Uncle Waller was he was very good to the kids.
Yeah.
Cause he used to come home from work, right? And we have the dinner table over there for supper and stuff like that, right? All right, he said the first one that gets me the paper gets a nickel.
Oh.
We look right at things, try to get that paper, come back with all shredded.
Yeah.
So he gave us a nickel, and he used to send us to the store for Old Gold cigarettes.
Oh my God!
Exactly.
Old Gold, yes.
He'd always give us a nickel extra to go there, right?
Oh.
He was good. Your father never did that, but and the reason for that I'm saying is because I never really grew up with your father. He was gone.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
So, out of all of them, I knew him the least. Although he did send me a letter one time, I told him I used to talk to kids and everything, but he sent me an application to go to Chinook Field, not Chinook Field, but where did he work?
Langley. Langley.
Yeah. To become a model maker. Whee!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you didn't go?
This was like when I was in teens. You know?
Yeah.
But no, I decided to do something else.
Yeah. Well, that's always a good alternative.
It works for me.
Yeah. What other memories do you have of growing up in that house and with all the brothers and?
It was very busy.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
yeah,
There was always something doing over there. You know.
Yeah.
Walter, my father, we having fights and stuff. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Walter was a tough guy.
Yeah.
John was, as I understand, was kind of a quiet guy.
Yes.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always talked about that. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
That was it. Remember one thing, like in 41 and 40. How old was I? 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They were all gone. They went in service.
Yeah. All the older ones. Yeah.
When they came back, they all got married.
Yeah.
So there's a very limited, span there that you can recall.
Yeah.
At my age,
So that's why you were closer to the girls and then Uncle Bucky and Uncle Joe. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know people must have known the family because of all the kids. Although there were other families probably at that time who had a lot of kids too. But were there any others that had 10 children?
Well, they come close. The Diodati's had 14.
Oh, really?
And the Campagnonis had how many? 4.
Campiolos?
No,
Campagnonis?
Campagnoni. But they had 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well,
the girls too.
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Yeah, they were all big. A lot of big families.
Campiolas.
Campiolas. Okay, so the bigger families were.
There was a lot of bigger families then because it was cold at night. They didn't have television.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Oh yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anybody have any?
What are the things you remember most about the house that's sticking in your mind? Remember we went to visit after when the church bought the home.
Yeah.
We went in to visit, and they had redone the first floor and the second floor. And we asked them to go to the basement.
Yeah.
Remember? You could tell them what we saw in the basement.
The dirt floor.
Well, remember that you carved in the board?
Oh yeah. You had that. I have that board downstairs. We had initials on his board.
Oh my God.
We had printed on New Year's Eve, the date on there, that kind of thing.
How about war?
War. Scribbled on there.
When the war broke
out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Now, how could you find the linen closet in the hallway if you had your eyes closed?
The smell.
Exactly. It had a distinct
odor.
Really? Like a good odor or a bad odor?
Very good, yeah.
Oh, good. So from the wash, all the clean linen in there.
No, for the mapinas that were in there.
The mapinas.
Very distinct.
Well,
Really
people the dishcloth, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people call the what you dry the dishes with
That's,
the
I'm sorry,
mapina.
it was, that's what
But
it
see,
is.
that wasn't mapina in my house. That was the pigazzu.
Pigazzu,
That was a
that's
pigazzu. So that must be a Sicilian
That-
thing.
because that was Sicilian.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's just what Grandpa said to my father. Couldn't you find a nice Naples girl to marry? And my mother, I think she never forgot that, and that's why she used to say, "Oh, those Demonicos, they say they're from Naples, but they're not. They're not really from Naples. They say they're Naples people, but they're from someplace else, someplace near Naples."
Your grandmother and grandfather on that side were very nice people.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the Garfies.
Your grandpa was a sweetheart, as far
Oh,
as
yeah.
I know, anyway.
No, he was. He
Yeah.
was. My grandmother was the brains of the outfit.
Yeah, he was a very, very
yeah,
nice
so-
guy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've got a story about their bedroom because every St. Joseph Day, do you remember this when she'd make the pasta? Walked in there one day, it was just a little girl, and every square inch of space was covered with pasta that
Oh, yeah.
was drying.
Yeah.
The bed,
Yeah.
the bureau, the
Yeah.
tops of the bureau, the chairs,
Yeah.
the stuff you dry clothes on, everything.
clothes,
was,
yeah.
and,
The wooden racks.
and it was the worst pasta I've ever had.
You didn't like it?
Oh,
I don't remember that.
The other
mushy.
thing about 125 Chestnut was you guys had some trees in there that nobody else had.
The fig trees.
Right.
Oh.
Every year,
The
that was a
fig-
chore with the fig trees, you can tell about
You
that.
had to, the trees, you had to bury them in the
Winter.
One every year.
Oh,
yeah, you had to uproot them and bury them.
Oh, I
Put
didn't
boards
know
on
that.
top.
Yeah.
And anything else that you put on there, you bury them in there, right? And then in the spring, you pull them up again, right? And cover them up again, and you get fruit on
How
it.
big were these trees?
Huh?
How big
In the
were
back.
they?
Oh, they were,
I don't remember.
some of them grew up to be around 10 feet, 11 feet high.
No kidding.
Now, the story about that is Mr. Mealy next door had a monstrous fig tree. And him and my father said, hey, Joe, look at this, hey, look at this one, right? So my father tapped me on the shoulder and says, don't worry, he says, pretty soon he's not going to have a tree. I said, what do you mean, Pa? He's not going to be able to bury it, and it's going to die.
oh,
Sure enough, that friggin' tree died.
no
So my
kidding.
father had a little tree he picked up. Hey, yeah, that's what they used to do. They used to heckle each other in those days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
It was, fun for them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they got along well with their neighbors. They
Oh,
knew
yeah.
that. Well, of course, the neighbor on the one side was very quiet, except for Sundays, the church.
Oh yeah.
And then the bakery on the other side.
Oh,
K&H.
K&H.
K&H Bakery.
Oh.
One of my favorite places to go
Oh.
down to.
Yeah.
I think that started me on donuts.
To this day, when I see a box like from a bakery, that's all I can think of is K&H,
yeah.
and the
Yeah.
smell of
Oh, yeah.
chocolate coming out of that. Didn't you have to go down
Yes, we had to go- it
somewhere?
was underneath. It was down below.
Yeah, it was in the one of the houses
Yeah, but you and I used to
behind.
go
Down
down
an
there all the
alleyway,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, you go into the next alley.
The
and-
alleyway.
Yeah.
And it was
K&H.
it was almost like it was attached to an apartment house of some
Right.
sort. You
Yeah, it was on the
just-
first floor,
Yeah.
wasn't it? An
Well,
apartment, but
and
you had
down
to
the
go. It
basement.
was the house was like in back of the houses
Yeah.
that were right on Chestnut
Right,
Street,
right.
if I remember correctly.
I remember if you went to the alley, they had a screen door in the back, you could watch Frank and Aldo filling the jelly donuts.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
With
kidding!
that press.
I don't remember
With the
that.
Oh, I do too.
Then
I
across
love-
the alley, there was the Trignannies over there. So my father would go into the window, and Mr. Trignani, an older guy, would be up on the porch, and they would signal each other. So that meant, how many drinks did you have? No, hell.
Oh,
And they would talk to each other like that, right?
yeah,
With
yeah.
hand signals.
Yeah.
Oh my
Huh?
god.
Signals.
Yeah, it's amazing how they got line like that,
Yeah. Now,
But like during the war, it was very, very, we had I have letters from that were sent to Brother Reggie during the war, 1942.
wow.
But it was such a close family at that time. Everybody, all the guys worried about each other. Matter of fact, Joe's father wrote to Reggie, yeah, and telling him,
He's giving us some advice.
take care. Don't go around with the guys that drink.
That drink.
Because it's,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was
Oh,
the
my.
heart of the family?
Huh?
Who was the heart of the family?
The heart of the family?
The heart of the family. Was there one? Somebody that kind of held the family together emotionally.
I think Dorothy was probably.
Yeah.
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 Mother,
Your mother.
Oh yeah, and her mother.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's no question. Yeah. Well,
But of the kids maybe. I think you're right about grandma, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Dorothy was when all the boys were in the service, she kind of looked after
everybody else, yeah.
Yeah. And she's always got these headaches and stuff, but
Yeah.
she worked
Oh.
hard.
Interestingly
Yeah, yeah.
enough about the headaches, I don't know if you want to put this down, but did you ever have those familial headaches that the family had?